All right, so we have word for word Bible comic, this time the Book of Jonah. And this is probably the thinnest comic book I've seen so far. It is this is about as traditional of a comic book size as you would expect, yet it still has a spine, and this is probably going to be throughout the entire series. If they go the distance and make all 66, it's going to be NIV, which I still find to be very good translation. Not my favorite, but it's good. Another stunning, beautiful cover of clearly Jonah, and here's the backdrop of him about to get swallowed up by the whale. Just a quick look at the back there of some of the artwork here, and not much to say. The rating is 12 plus because there's blood, impalement, peril, but once again, no explicit nudity or sex, and I'm sure that would be expected in all of the books as far as I know. Let's quickly jump in and take a look. The Book of Jonah, here we go. Really love the feel of these pages. They feel very smooth, and they match exactly what you'd expect from a comic book. And here we go. We start off with a map and some narration. Doesn't take long to go to the very same scene of what's on the back of the cover. Because its wickedness has come up before me. So clearly talking to Jonah, and Jonah really just wants nothing to do with this. He runs away and tries to escape, and kind of funny, thinks he's so smart, thinks he found a way out of the situation, but no, you can't escape God. If God wants to use you, he's going to use you. That could be an argument of whether there is actually free will, but it is still clear God allows him to make decisions, and he decided to run away and board this ship. And some really good, stunning visuals. It's weird, some of these panels are not super colorful. It still feels like there's a ton of color. I kind of like that clearly the blue ocean, there's a huge focus of blue. It doesn't feel black and white, and even though it's super colorful, it doesn't feel lacking color. And I'm actually liking that they change up the panels. It's not just this consistent grid. They just have these 3 panels with no border. They're just placed over like they're pictures. And look at this. This is pretty cool. I like this. I like that they're showing creativity with the panels. It is interesting. The speech bubbles, at least for this one now, or temporarily, they have now a completely different font. I'm not sure why, but Then again, I just love these full page panels where there's no speech, it almost just feels like a break on the eyes for the reader, both in words and going through a lot of panels. It just kind of, I don't know how to explain, it just gives a break. Now we're getting a little bit more color now, which is great. Yeah, this is cool. Just loving this. So Jonah's under the sea, and look at that. Boom. Gets swallowed up. And I'd say if I was a skeptic, or really any skeptic for that matter, I think, and even to this day, I still struggle with how can a human survive in a whale? I never understood that, but apparently I honestly thought I read an article where it was done historically in the past, where someone was swallowed up by a whale and they did survive. I don't know if they were in there as long as Jonah, but again, I don't know if that's true or if it has happened, but I do wrestle with whether this is feasible to last, whether you can actually survive in a whale. Clearly, Jonah survived, and look at that. I've never seen this before. A lot of times, I don't know if it's just how Sunday school teachers put it, but they say how Jonah was spit out of a whale, and I guess it's true. It was spit out of a whale, but this one's interesting. The whale actually goes to shore in this one and spits Jonah out, and completely covered in pink stuff. I guess everyone can come to their own interpretation of what that stuff is, but oh, look at this. This is kind of cool. Wow, there's this part has a bit of a hologram feel to it, and there actually is a sticker on here. I actually don't even know if I want to pull it off, and what would actually be behind here. Why is that the case? And why is this particular text has this glossy hologram feel to it? Let's read it. When God saw what they did and how they turned from their evil ways, he relented and did not bring on them the destruction he had threatened. Gee, I don't know what the purpose of this is. I don't think I want to rip it off. I apologize, because I think you right now are just as curious as I am as to why there is a sticker in this particular panel and what's behind it. Maybe if I do one day rip it off, or maybe someone else will do it and can show, but I'll keep it on just for the sake of that this is a brand new book I purchased. Here we go. We have Jonah, which now appears older age, and he's just very bitter towards God right now. I think, just as a side note too, I've purchased all these books, so I didn't support this artist and this team on either Kickstarter or Patreon. I haven't supported them. I guess the only way I've supported them has been buying their books, but this has not been sent to me. These thoughts are my thoughts, and so I just wanted you to know that I have no problem saying what's on my mind with this. So, and here we have some really unique panels now of Jonah just trying to survive what appears to be in a wilderness or a desert. He is just clearly dying of thirst, and the sun's just beating down on him. This is the artist's way of God speaking with this type of text and not in a bubble, which is quite fitting. Oh yeah, Jonah is just fuming mad. He was not afraid to be angry at God, which seems kind of incredible. I don't know. I know we can all be, I know everyone, whether you believe in God or not, I think there's always a time where there is a frustration, anger towards God, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's not like God can't handle anger towards his own creation, but wow, Jonah was not afraid to let God have it here. But yeah, it abruptly ends there with God just saying what he says to Jonah, and that's it. It ends right there, and it goes to more of the technical information of who is Jonah, Jonah in Christ, Jonah dead or alive. And actually, as I was talking about my own concern of whether that's possible, here's the question. Did Jonah die while he was in the belly of the fish? And there's this very long answer, which I'm going to read once I get through this. This is pretty cool. Jonah and the great fish. So kind of giving you an idea of this type of whale that Jonah was swallowed in. That's pretty cool. And once again, some more historical information and their Patreon if you want to support them. And again, the massive team that backed this project, I'm really glad they all stepped up, because I think I'm sure all these backers are quite happy with the end result, and this is only the beginning. This is 8 issues. I don't have all 8. I think the one I'm missing that's currently out now is Joshua, but with this many backers, it's pretty certain that this series is going to keep going and could very well reach its completion.